Canto 1, Creation. Chapter 1, Questions by the Sages. Chapter 2, Divinity and Divine Service. Chapter 3, Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Chapter 4, The appearance of Sri Narada. Chapter 5, Narada's instructions on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam for Vyasadeva. Chapter 6, Conversation between Narada and Vyasadeva. Chapter 7, The son of Drona punished. Chapter 8, Prayers by Queen Kunti and Parikshit saved. Chapter 9, The passing away of Bhishmadeva in the presence of Lord Krishna. Chapter 10, Departure of Lord Krishna for Dvarka. Chapter 11, Lord Krishna's entrance into Dvarka. Chapter 12, Birth of Emperor Parikshit. Chapter 13, Dhritarashtra quits home. Chapter 14, The disappearance of Lord Krishna. Chapter 15, The Pandavas retire timely. Chapter 16, How Parikshit received the age of Kali. Chapter 17, Punishment and reward of Kali. Chapter 18, Maharaj Parikshit cursed by a Brahmana boy. Chapter 19, The appearance of Shukadev Goswami. Canto 2, The Cosmic Manifestation. Chapter 1, The first step in God realization. Chapter 2, The Lord in the heart. Chapter 3, Pure devotional service, the change in heart. Chapter 4, The process of creation. Chapter 5, The cause of all causes. Chapter 6, Purusha Sukta confirmed. Chapter 7, Scheduled incarnations with specific functions. Chapter 8, Questions by King Parikshit. Chapter 9, Answers by citing the Lord's version. Chapter 10, Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions. Canto 3, The Status Quo. Chapter 1, Questions by Vidura. Chapter 2, Remembrance of Lord Krishna. Chapter 3, The Lord's pastimes out of Vrindavan. Chapter 4, Vidura approaches Maitreya. Chapter 5, Vidura's talks with Maitreya. Chapter 6, Creation of the universal form. Chapter 7, Further inquiries by Vidura. Chapter 8, Manifestation of Brahma, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Chapter 9, Rama's prayers for creative energy. Chapter 10, Divisions of the creation. Chapter 11, Calculation of time from the atom. Chapter 12, Creation of the Kumaras and others. Chapter 13, The appearance of Lord Varaha. Chapter 14, Pregnancy of Diti in the evening. Chapter 15, Description of the Kingdom of God. Chapter 16, The two doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, Jaya and Vijaya, cursed by the sages. Chapter 17, Victory of Hiranyaksha over all the directions of the universe. Chapter 18, The battle between Lord Boar and the demon Hiranyaksha. Chapter 19, The killing of the demon Hiranyaksha. Chapter 20, Conversation between Maitreya and Vidura. Chapter 21, Conversation between Manu and Kardama. Chapter 22, The marriage of Kardama Muni and Devahuti. Chapter 23, Devahuti's lamentation. Chapter 24, The renunciation of Kardama Muni. Chapter 25, The glories of devotional service. Chapter 26, Fundamental principles of material nature. Chapter 27, Understanding material nature. Chapter 28, Kapila's instructions on the execution of devotional service. Chapter 29, Explanation of devotional service by Lord Kapila. Chapter 30, Description by Lord Kapila of adverse fruitive activities. Chapter 31, Lord Kapila's instructions on the movements of the living entities. Chapter 32, entanglement in fruitive activities. Chapter 33, activities of Kapila. Canto 4, the creation of the fourth order. Chapter 1, genealogical table of the daughters of Manu. Chapter 2, Daksha curses Lord Shiva. Chapter 3, talks between Lord Shiva and Sati. Chapter 4, Sati quits her body. Chapter 5, frustration of the sacrifice of Daksha. Chapter 6, Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. Chapter 7, the sacrifice performed by Daksha. Chapter 8, Dhruva Maharaj leaves home for the forest. Chapter 9, Dhruva Maharaj returns home. Chapter 10, Dhruva Maharaj's fight with the Yakshas. Chapter 11, Svayambhuva Manu advises Dhruva Maharaj to stop fighting. Chapter 12, Dhruva Maharaj goes back to Godhead. Chapter 13, description of the descendants of Dhruva Maharaj. Chapter 14, the story of King Vena. Chapter 15, King Prithu's appearance and coronation. Chapter 16, praise of King Prithu by the professional reciters. Chapter 17, Maharaj Prithu becomes angry at the earth. Chapter 18, Prithu Maharaj milks the earth planet. Chapter 19, King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifices. Chapter 20, Lord Vishnu's appearance in the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Prithu. Chapter 21, instructions by Maharaj Prithu. Chapter 22, Prithu Maharaj's meeting with the four Kumaras. Chapter 23, Maharaj Prithu's going back home. Chapter 24, chanting the song sung by Lord Shiva. Chapter 25, the descriptions of the characteristics of King Puranjana. Chapter 26, King Puranjana goes to the forest to hunt, and his queen becomes angry. Chapter 27, attacked by Chandavega on the city of King Puranjana, the character of Kalakanya. Chapter 28, Puranjana becomes a woman in the next life. Chapter 29, talks between Narada and King Prachinarbhati. Chapter 30, the activities of the Prachetas. Chapter 31, Narada instructs the Prachetas. Canto 5, the creative impetus. Chapter 1, the activities of Maharaj Priyavrata. Chapter 2, the activities of Maharaj Agnidra. Chapter 3, Rishabhadev's appearance in the womb of Merudevi, the wife of King Nabhi. Rishabhadev's. Chapter 4, the characteristics of Rishabhadev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chapter 5, Lord Rishabhadev's teachings to his sons. Chapter 6, the activities of Lord Rishabhadev. Chapter 7, the activities of King Bharata. Chapter 8, a description of the character of Bharata Maharaj. Chapter 9, the supreme character of Jada Bharat. Chapter 10, the discussion between Jada Bharat and Maharaj Rahugana. Chapter 11, Jada Bharat instructs King Rahugana. Chapter 12, conversation between Maharaj Rahugana and Jada Bharat. Chapter 13, further talks between King Rahugana and Jada Bharata. Chapter 14, the material world as the great forest of enjoyment. Chapter 15, the glories of the descendants of King Priyavrata. Chapter 16, a description of Jambudvip. Chapter 17, the descent of the river Ganges. Chapter 18, the prayers offered to the Lord by the residents of Jambudvip. Chapter 19, a description of the island of Jambudvip. Chapter 20, studying the structure of the universe. Chapter 21, the movements of the sun. Chapter 22, the orbits of the planets. Chapter 23, the Shishumara planetary systems. Chapter 24, the subterranean heavenly planets. Chapter 25, the glories of Lord Ananta. Chapter 26, a description of the hellish planets. Canto 6, prescribed duties for mankind. Chapter 1, the history of the life of Ajamil. Chapter 2, Ajamil delivered by the Vishnu Dutas. Chapter 3, Yamaraj instructs his messengers. Chapter 4, the Hamsa Guhya prayers offered to the Lord by Prajapati Daksha. Chapter 5, Narada Muni cursed by Prajapati Daksha. Chapter 6, the progeny of the daughters of Daksha. Chapter 7, Indra offends his spiritual master, Brihaspati. Chapter 8, the Narayan Kavacha shield. Chapter 9, appearance of the demon Vritrasura. Chapter 10, the battle between the demigods and Vritasura. Chapter 11, the transcendental qualities of Vritasura. Chapter 12, Vritasura's glorious death. Chapter 13, King Indra afflicted by sinful reaction. Chapter 14, King Chitraketu's lamentation. Chapter 15, the saints Narada and Angira instruct King Chitraketu. Chapter 16, King Chitraketu meets the Supreme Lord. Chapter 17, Mother Parvati curses Chitraketu. Chapter 18, Diti vows to kill King Indra. Chapter 19, performing the Pumsavana ritualistic ceremony. Canto 7, the science of God. Chapter 1, the Supreme Lord is equal to everyone. Chapter 2, Hiranyakashipu, king of the demons. Chapter 3, Hiranyakashipu's plan to become immortal. Chapter 4, Hiranyakashipu terrorizes the universe. Chapter 5, Prahlad Maharaj, the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu. Chapter 6, Prahlad instructs his demoniac schoolmates. Chapter 7, what Prahlad learned in the womb. Chapter 8, Lord Nrsimhadev slays the king of the demons. Chapter 9, Prahlad pacifies Lord Nrsimhadev with prayers. Chapter 10, Prahlad, the best among exalted devotees. Chapter 11, the perfect society, 4 social classes. Chapter 12, the perfect society, 4 spiritual classes. So the first one was 4 social classes, and the second one was 4 spiritual classes. Chapter 13, the behavior of a perfect person. Chapter 14, ideal family life. Chapter 15, instructions for civilized human beings. Canto 8, withdrawal of the cosmic creations. Chapter 1, the Manus, administrators of the universe. Chapter 2, the elephant Gajendra's crisis. Chapter 3, Gajendra's prayers of surrender. Chapter 4, Gajendra returns to the spiritual world. Chapter 5, the demigods appeal to the Lord for protection. Chapter 6, the demigods and demons declare a truce. Chapter 7, Lord Shiva saves the universe by drinking poison. Chapter 8, the churning of the milk ocean. Chapter 9, the Lord incarnates as Mohini Murti. Chapter 10, the battle between the demigods and the demons. Chapter 11, King Indra annihilates the demons. Chapter 12, the Mohini Murti incarnation bewilders Lord Shiva. Chapter 13, description of future Manus. Chapter 14, the system of universal management. Chapter 15, Bali Maharaj conquers the heavenly planets. Chapter 16, executing the Payovrata process of worship. Chapter 17, the Supreme Lord agrees to become Aditi's son. Chapter 18, Lord Vamanadev, the dwarf incarnation. Chapter 19, Lord Vamanadev begs charity from Bali Maharaj. Chapter 20, Bali Maharaj surrenders the universe. Chapter 21, Bali Maharaj arrested by the Lord. Chapter 22, Bali Maharaj surrenders his life. Chapter 23, the demigods regain the heavenly planets. Chapter 24, Matsya, the Lord's fish incarnation. Canto 9, Liberation. Chapter 1, King Sudyumna becomes a woman. Chapter 2, the dynasties of the sons of Manu. Chapter 3, the marriage of Sukanya and Chayavana Muni. Chapter 4, Ambarish Maharaj offended by Durvasa Muni. Chapter 5, Durvasa Muni's life spared. Chapter 6, the downfall of Sobari Muni. Chapter 7, the descendants of King Mandata. Chapter 8, the sons of Sagara meet Lord Kapiladev. Chapter 9, the dynasty of Amshuman. Chapter 10, the pastimes of the Supreme Lord Ramachandra. Chapter 11, Lord Ramachandra rules the world. Chapter 12, the dynasty of Kusha, the son of Lord Ramachandra. Chapter 13, the dynasty of Maharaj Nimi. Chapter 14, King Pururava, enchanted by Urvashi. Chapter 15, Parashurama, the Lord's warrior incarnation. Chapter 16, Lord Parashurama destroys the world's ruling class. Chapter 17, the dynasties of the sons of Pururava. Chapter 18, King Yayati regains his youth. Chapter 19, King Yayati achieves liberation. Chapter 20, the dynasty of Puru. Chapter 21, the dynasty of Bharata. Chapter 22, the descendants of Ajamidha. Chapter 23, the dynasties of the sons of Yayati. Chapter 24, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Canto 10, the Summum Bonum. Chapter 1, the Advent of Lord Krishna, Introduction. Chapter 2, Prayers by the Demigods for Lord Krishna in the Womb. Chapter 3, the Birth of Lord Krishna. Chapter 4, the Atrocities of King Kamsa. Chapter 5, the Meeting of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev. Chapter 6, the Killing of the Demon Putana. Chapter 7, the Killing of the Demon Trinavrata. Chapter 8, Lord Krishna shows the universal form within his mouth. Chapter 9, Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna. Chapter 10, the deliverance of the Yamala Arjuna trees. Chapter 11, the childhood pastimes of Krishna. Chapter 12, the killing of the demon Aghasura. Chapter 13, the stealing of the boys and calves by Brahma. Chapter 14, Brahma's prayers to Lord Krishna. Chapter 15, the killing of Dhenuka, the ass demon. Chapter 16, Krishna chastises the serpent Kaliya. Chapter 17, the history of Kaliya. Chapter 18, Lord Balaram slays the demon Pralamba. Chapter 19, swallowing the forest fire. Chapter 20, the rainy season and autumn in Vrindavan. Chapter 21, the gopis glorify the song of Krishna's flute. Chapter 22, Krishna steals the garments of the unmarried gopis. Chapter 23, the Brahmana's wives blessed. Chapter 24, worshipping Govardhan Hill. Chapter 25, Lord Krishna lifts Govardhan Hill. Chapter 26, wonderful Krishna. Chapter 27, Lord Indra and Mother Sarabhi offer prayers. Chapter 28, Krishna rescues Nanda Maharaj from the abode of Varuna. Chapter 29, Krishna and the gopis meet for the rasa dance. Chapter 30, the gopis search for Krishna. Chapter 31, the gopis' songs of separation. Chapter 32, the reunion. Chapter 33, the rasa dance. Chapter 34, Nanda Maharaj saved and Shankachuda slain. Chapter 35, the gopis sing of Krishna as he wanders in the forest. Chapter 36, the slaying of Arishta, the bull demon. Chapter 37, the killing of the demons Keshi and Vyoma. Chapter 38, Akrura's arrival in Vrindavan. Chapter 39, Akrura's vision. Chapter 40, the prayers of Akrura. Chapter 41, Krishna and Balaram enter Mathura. Chapter 42, the breaking of the sacrificial bow. Chapter 43, Krishna kills the elephant Kuvalayapida. Chapter 44, the killing of Kamsa. Chapter 45, Krishna rescues his teacher's son. Chapter 46, Uddhava visits Vrindavana. Chapter 47, the song of the bee. Chapter 48, Krishna pleases his devotees. Chapter 49, Akrura's mission in Hastinapur. Chapter 50, Krishna establishes the city of Dwarka. Chapter 51, the deliverance of Muchakunda. Chapter 52, Rukmini's message to Lord Krishna. Chapter 53, Krishna kidnaps Rukmini. Chapter 54, the marriage of Krishna and Rukmini. Chapter 55, the history of Pradyumna. Chapter 56, the Shayamantaka jewel. Sayamantaka jewel. Chapter 57, Satyajit murdered, the jewel returned. Chapter 58, Krishna marries 5 princesses. Chapter 59, the killing of the demon Naraka. Chapter 60, Lord Krishna teases Queen Rukmini. Chapter 61, Lord Balaram slays Rukmi. Chapter 62, the meeting of Usha and Aniruddha. Chapter 63, Lord Krishna fights with Banasura. Chapter 64, the deliverance of King Nriga. Chapter 65, Lord Balaram visits Vrindavan. Chapter 66, Pandraka, the false Vasudev. Chapter 67, Lord Balaram slays Dvivida gorilla. Chapter 68, the marriage of Samba. Chapter 69, Narada Muni visits Lord Krishna's palaces in Dwarka. Chapter 70, Lord Krishna's daily activities. Chapter 71, the Lord travels to Indraprastha. Chapter 72, the slaying of the demon Jarasandha. Chapter 73, Lord Krishna blesses the liberated kings. Chapter 74, the deliverance of Shishupal at the Rajasuya sacrifice. Chapter 75, Duryodhana humiliated. Chapter 76, the battle between Shalva and the Vrishnis. Chapter 77, Lord Krishna slays the demon Shalva. Chapter 78, the killing of Dantavakra, Viduratha, and Roma Harshana. Chapter 79, Lord Balaram goes on pilgrimage. Chapter 80, the Brahmana Sudama visits Lord Krishna in Dwarka. Chapter 81, the Lord blesses Sudama Brahmana. Chapter 82, Krishna and Balaram meet the inhabitants of Vrindavana. Chapter 83, Draupadi meets the queens of Krishna. Chapter 84, the sages' teachings at Kurukshetra. Chapter 85, Lord Krishna instructs Vasudeva and retrieves Devaki's sons. Chapter 86, Arjuna kidnaps Subhadra and Krishna blesses his devotees. Chapter 87, the prayers of the personified Vedas. Chapter 88, Lord Shiva saved from Vrikasura. Chapter 89, Krishna and Arjuna retrieve a Brahmana's sons. Chapter 90, summary of Lord Krishna's glories. Canto 11, General History. Chapter 1, the curse upon the Yadu dynasty. Chapter 2, Maharaj Nimi meets the 9 Yogindras. Chapter 3, liberation from the illusory energy. Chapter 4, Drumila explains the incarnations of Godhead to King Nimi. Chapter 5, Narada concludes his teachings to Vasudeva. Chapter 6, the Yadu dynasty retires to Prabhasa. Chapter 7, Lord Krishna instructs Uddhava. Chapter 8, the story of Pingala. Chapter 9, detachment from all that is material. Chapter 10, the nature of fruitive activity. Chapter 11, the symptoms of conditioned and liberated living entities. Chapter 12, beyond renunciation and knowledge. Chapter 13, the Hamsa avatar answers the questions of the sons of Brahma. Chapter 14, Lord Krishna explains the yoga system to Sri Uddhava. Chapter 15, Lord Krishna's description of mystic yoga perfections. Chapter 16, the Lord's opulence. Chapter 17, Lord Krishna's description of the Varnashram system. Chapter 18, description of Varnashram Dharma. Chapter 19, the perfection of spiritual knowledge. Chapter 20, pure devotional service surpasses knowledge and detachment. Chapter 21, Lord Krishna's explanation of the Vedic path. Chapter 22, enumeration of the elements of material creation. Chapter 23, the song of the Avanti Brahmana. Chapter 24, the philosophy of Sankhya. Chapter 25, the 3 modes of nature and beyond. Chapter 26, the Ila Gita. Chapter 27, Lord Krishna's instructions on the process of deity worship. Chapter 28, Jnana Yoga. Chapter 29, Bhakti Yoga. Chapter 30, the disappearance of the Yadu dynasty. Chapter 31, the disappearance of Lord Sri Krishna. Canto 12, the age of deterioration. Chapter 1, the degraded dynasties of Kali Yuga. Chapter 2, the symptoms of Kali Yuga. Chapter 3, the Bhagavad-Gita. Chapter 4, the four categories of universal annihilation. Chapter 5, Shukadeva Goswami's final instructions to Maharaj Parikshit. Chapter 6, Maharaj Parikshit passes away. Chapter 7, the Puranic literatures. Chapter 8, Markandeya's prayers to Narayana Rishi. Chapter 9, Markandeya Rishi sees the illusory potency of the Lord. Chapter 10, Lord Shiva and Uma glorify Markandeya Rishi. Chapter 11, summary description of the Mahapurusha. Chapter 12, the topics of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam summarized. Chapter 13, the glories of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.